live. When I say we, I mean me. But hopefully you guys will join in. I did a live stream maybe like a week or so ago, which was the first time I've done it in months. So I've been inconsistent with this, but it's a lot of fun to do these live streams. I like the instant interaction and how easily accessible it is to do it on my iPhone here. But I should probably give an advance warning that I'm going to go live to let people know so they can join in if they like to. All right, some people on here now. How's everybody doing? Merry Christmas, by the way. But yeah, if you're here, leave a comment and leave a thumbs up. Marie, how are you? Just wrapped gifts. You're doing the night advance. Mike, how are you? What's going on? Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, Joe. Are we playing fantasy football for the bottom half? I think we might be like fighting for like fifth or sixth place or something like that. This year did not go the way that I wanted it to fantasy football wise. I had like an amazing draft and then my whole team got injured. Just terrible. But thank you guys, everybody who is part of the fantasy football league on here. I have a fun time doing it. I think it's been, I don't know, 11 years, something like that doing it. So pretty awesome. Yeah, we're fighting for the bottom for sure. You guys waited to the last minute to wrap those gifts. I shouldn't be talking. I have a few gifts I need to wrap myself, but I don't know. This is, it's bachelor life. I can do that. You know what I mean? There's a Christmas tree going right there. I've got some Christmas decorations, a little bit of everywhere. I got these old Snoopy lights at like a flea market. They look like they could be, 70s, 80s, who knows, but they're retro for sure. And I dig the heck out of them and they still work. So that is pretty awesome. But yeah, let me know what you guys are, watching. This is a little bit late here. This is 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. I know a lot of times people will tune in from like the UK, and every time it's like, usually when I do it at like 10 p.m., they're saying it's like 2 or 3 over there. So you guys are a few hours ahead. But I always appreciate when you guys tune in. It definitely means a lot. I just think it's a really cool thing that, YouTube is this outlet where we can talk to people from all over the world, except for China and a few other places where the internet is restricted and stuff like that. But it's just a really cool tool. Like a bunch of people in, Europe and, South America, Canada. Victor, snowy horror movies rule. Absolutely. Philly, not too far from me. A little over an hour. Movie Watch Daily, what's going on, man? I actually saw you just uploaded, you posted on Instagram about your Christmas horror and snowy thrillers. I'm going to check that out. Your thumbnail looked awesome. Everybody go check out my buddy on here, Movie Watch Daily. He has some awesome content. He cracks me up sometimes too in the videos. Love the editing. Yes, I love the thing. It's my all-time favorite movie. So yeah, I'm watching it again and again. And I took some pictures out. We got some snow recently, so I had to take the opportunity to do that and take a bunch of pictures of my different editions of the thing. And I am drinking a Krabby's Raspberry. It's an alcoholic ginger beer. I love ginger beer. I don't drink as much these days, actually. But I remember I posted a picture on Instagram of me drinking a Krabby's, and Krabby's actually posted it on their Instagram, which I thought was really cool. I'm honored because it's like, my go-to for me. I love ginger, and ginger beer is amazing for me. Marie, yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you guys sending me a Christmas card as well. That definitely meant a lot. I didn't get any Christmas cards sent out this year, and I suck for that. This year just flew by so quickly, even with everything going on in the world. I feel like it was just like the beginning of the month a minute ago. I felt like it was just New Year's Day, a minute ago. But yeah, it flew by. So I've got cards. I got the stamps a little late, and so I will be extra prepared next year to get them out early. You're drinking natural blueberry soda pop, corn syrup free. That's the way to go. What's going on, Arts Toys? How are you? Merry Christmas. You gave us the first one. Awesome. Thank you. That's pretty cool to know that. But yeah, I remember you got, talking to Joe and then you as well on here for a bit. And then, I kept, bugging Joe to make videos. And so it's awesome to see you guys on here making videos, kind of, watching you guys grow as a family as well. I think that's pretty neat. You get to know people, and I love YouTube. It's a great tool to an outlet to talk movies and find out about movies, but also to make friends with common interests. And I think that's really cool. I've got to know a lot of cool people on here, good people, and I think that is important and also kind of a bit of a rarity these days. But yeah, so I definitely appreciate you guys. You guys rock. I'm really glad to see you guys making videos on here as well. Since you posted the thing today, spoiler for my, it's going to be a thing. Oh, that's pretty awesome. That's awesome, Joe. Hateful Eight. Oh, I love that. Thank you, by the way, for putting me on to, I got a Sloppy Seconds, I think it was on Instagram. I got to get the Hateful Eight, the extended cut version, because I love the heck out of that movie. If you know me, you know I love snowy setting movies. And that's become like an all-time favorite of mine now. I love Tarantino as well. What is your favorite and least favorite Tarantino movie? Leave me the comments down below and let me know. I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood might be my least favorite, but I still enjoy the heck out of that movie. The Snowman. I haven't seen that one actually. That's the one with Michael Fassbender, right? And it's like kind of like a murder mystery thing. I've heard terrible reviews for it, but I've always wanted to see it. I feel like I love the snowy setting. I like Michael Fassbender as an actor. But yeah, I've just heard all negative reviews for that movie. Just scrolling through the comments on here. But yeah, that's one I still want to check out. I know everybody hates it, but maybe it's decent. I'm hoping. I don't know. For certain films, I'm a little bit more forgiving, especially for horror. Every genre has their tropes and cliches, but again, I'm much more forgiving for horror movies. Is snowy setting's the only good thing? Well, I've kept movies for less. I do have to like downsize the collection. My collection is out of control. Like I just posted 100 and something Blu-rays and almost 100 DVDs that I want to get rid of. And really, I need to get rid of more. I need to get rid of so much more. Space is at a premium, and I still have a lengthy Amazon wish list as well. And they keep making more, producing more Blu-rays. People talking about physical media is dying. I've heard that for like 15 years now. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. And especially, you're getting a lot of these releases from, kind of like the boutique labels and stuff like that I never would have thought, Nightmare Sisters and some of these movies would, whoa, some crazy wind right then. The whole house just like creaked. But yeah, a lot of those movies I never thought would have gotten a physical media release, let alone like a Blu-ray release or 4K release for some of these movies. Beastmaster, I'm still waiting on my Vinegar Syndrome Black Friday purchase. I know a couple of people are still waiting, but I keep seeing tons of people post. I'm just getting like antsy for it. I want mine as well. I didn't even get a shipping notification yet for it. So, and I know there was an issue with one of the Blu-ray discs for Beastmaster, and apparently there's a for the new Akira too, the 4K edition for that. I think it didn't have the HDR, so they're going to do replacement discs for that. So if you got the new Akira set, look forward to that for replacement program. Vinegar Syndrome, at least they're doing it super right. They're basically just sending out the replacement discs for the Beastmaster Blu-ray to just everybody who bought it. You don't have to sign up for anything. They're just sending them out automatically. That's the way it should really be. Most companies, pretty much every other company I've ever seen with this kind of issue, they make you fill out a form. They kind of make you jump through hoops, proof of purchase, stuff like that. So very cool Vinegar Syndrome to realize there was an issue and fix it without making you do a lot of stuff. So cheers to Vinegar Syndrome, but I am still waiting on my order. You know what's crazy? I had somebody buy a movie from me on like a Facebook group, and they're in Brooklyn, like an hour away from me, and I shipped it out on the 8th, and it still hasn't gotten there. He messaged me tonight. I was like, I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now, I don't know, though. Like, I saw a meme for that today. It's like the UPS, and it's like Drake hugging somebody. It's like, it's in God's hands now, trying to track the USPS tracking. But yeah, it's crazy. I had some Arrow titles. It took like, I think 12 days to get to me, and the distribution warehouse is like an hour and a half. It is, I get everything going on in the world and in the holidays. Just created like a maelstrom of chaos. But I've never seen it this bad for USPS shipping. Your Vinegar Syndrome is lost? That's crazy. How about the original Thing from Another World? I do enjoy that one as well, for sure. I didn't really like the what I call a they're calling it a prequel. I call it a pre-make. The Thing from a few years ago. I personally think it was a remake because there are some scenes that are just like a shot for shot, and then they just tacked on a prequel ending because they heard fan backlash for it. Vincent Smith, how's your Christmas physical media sales? They're decent. I sold a big chunk, so I'm cool with that. I definitely want to sell more. Latania, you're calling me out on the climax. I still haven't seen it. I planned to see it like, I don't know, a week ago, and I still haven't seen it. And then I feel like since that, I got like, in the past week, I've gotten a ton of movies, like probably, 30 movies. I got an Arrow shipment, and you like that? That play on words, Maelstrom? You caught it. JT Owens 89. Good for you. I think you're the only one that caught that one, but I appreciate that. But yeah, I got like 30 something movies in the past week. So, with Climax, I got pushed back, but I do want to see it. I know I need to see it. Thank you for reminding me about it. The clips that I've seen for Climax, and what I know from it, it's gonna be crazy. They take acid and they just freak the heck out. That's pretty much the synopsis, right? I'm not the biggest Gaspar Noé fan, but I definitely appreciate some of the films that he's made, some of the techniques that he's done. Good morning, Christopher Harris. It's good night here. Actually, it's 12:43 at night. Killer Rodin, how are you, man? Hounds of Love review. I do plan to. I had every intention of reviewing that, but now I feel like I need to revisit it before I do a proper review. I even took notes after I watched that one. I love the heck out of it, but I want to talk about it in depth for sure. I definitely feel like it doesn't get enough appreciation or recognition. Have you seen Ready or Not and Mayhem with Samara Weaving? Yes, I have. I enjoy the heck out of both of them. I really like Samara Weaving. Guns Akimbo is like one of my favorite movies of this year. I saw, what was the name of the Wild Goose Lake, which is a Chinese film, and I really enjoyed the heck out of that one. There are some pacing inconsistencies, but overall I really enjoyed it, kind of like a neo-noir gangster Chinese film about a guy essentially hiding out from the police, and there are some super crazy scenes that kind of like lulls you into this false sense of security, and then just bang, something super crazy and violent happens. I wanted a little bit more from the ending, but still probably one of the better films I've seen this year. I know a lot of people for horror lists, they're putting films that I personally like. I can't even, blows my mind. Like The Invisible Man, I thought that was laughably bad. Like every scene after another was just like, you have to suspend disbelief, but you can only do it so much. It was just so ridiculous with that movie, so I couldn't get into that one. One of my least favorite movies of the year, but I know it's super popular. But I still think there was a decent, especially for genre-wise, I think horror had some of the better films of the year, but still, I think compared to previous years, not quite as good. And I think that big part of it has to do with everything going on in the world. Yeah, hot garbage indeed. I'm with you. Thank you. I feel like a lot of people loved it, though, and it just kind of blows my mind. I would take Hollow Man by far with Kevin Bacon over The Invisible Man. Movie Music Man, what's going on, Brian? Friday, I gotta get rid of my vinyl as well. I got rid of my record player a while ago, and I still have a few vinyl records. Guns Akimbo, great to see more love for Guns Akimbo. It won't be out next year. I'm sorry, want to update to you that I will get Peter Paul. Oh, very cool. That's awesome. But yeah, Samara Weaving, I saw a movie with her. I can't remember the name of it. It wasn't a very good movie, but she got naked in it, and she is incredibly hot, and it's the only movie that I remember seeing her naked. So I was like, maybe I should keep this. But then I was like, I'm a creep. Why would I keep it just for that? The movie wasn't that good. I have it upstairs. I still have to talk about it. But yeah, it's... there were certain movies that I remember keeping because I thought the girls were really attractive in it. There was one, The Danish Girl, for instance, Alicia Vikander. She's absolutely stunning, and she got naked in that movie, but I just wasn't a fan of that film. So that's another one that I had to get rid of. And I feel like Samara Weaving, though, is super talented, super amazing in everything I've seen her in, and it's great to see more of her recently. I feel like we got a big wave of movies from her. I'd love to see her do more. I thought she was like, I didn't recognize her in Guns Akimbo. Of course, you're not supposed to, but it caught me. I was like, I know. I was trying to put it together, and I was like, oh my gosh. I remember I had to pause the movie and check to see if it was her, and it was. Uh, I could definitely see that. I was watching today, Acceptance. Blake Lively is another one of my celebrity crushes on my top list, and she was in that one. I had never seen that one before with Justin Long and the the Jonah Hill. I was trying to say it nice, the chubby dorky guy in all the movies. But yeah, Blake Lively was in that, and she's absolutely stunning. That was a fun one. I enjoyed that one. That was a first time watch for me. Uh, Scrolling through, what did Lucy Liu, absolutely for sure. What is everybody watching tonight? What is everybody doing for Christmas? Merry Christmas to everybody. And there's the Christmas tree right there in the background. But I figured I would pop on here and do a live stream. Again, I like doing these live streams. I like the instant interaction, and then just how easily accessible it is with the cell phone, the iPhone. I might watch a kung fu movie or horror. I'm much more of a horror fan. Marie, you're going to bed? Don't go to bed already. Joe, you still on here? But yeah, I'm looking forward to football on Christmas Day. That's pretty amazing. And then basketball. I usually watch basketball. What is your favorite Christmas Carol adaptation? I feel like somebody asked me at the live stream, the last one too. I don't know why I forgot his name again. Man, not Alistair, but the guy, he was in Patton. He was in. I don't know why I can't think of his. I couldn't think of his name last time either, and it just he's a fantastic actor, and yeah, I can't remember. He was in the movie Patton. Thank you, George C. Scott. Thank you so much. I liked his portrayal in A Christmas Carol. Scrooge. I remember somebody posted on Facebook, a Facebook group. I was trying to find it to comment on it, and people were, Scrooge was on the list for one of the better Christmas Carol kind of adaptations. I remember there was somebody in there that said Scrooge sucked. I was like, I wanted to reply back, said nobody ever. But then like my Facebook went shut down, and then I tried to open it back up, and I couldn't remember what group it was part of. But I've never heard anybody talk smack about Scrooge. Scrooge is amazing. I loved Bill Murray in that one. But yeah, George C. Scott's portrayal was really good. I still need to check out the Jim Carrey like CG animation one. I haven't seen that one. Honestly, the animation style, I didn't really like the look of it, but I've heard good things, so I want to give it a chance. Sam Raimi movies? I will have to think. I don't love, like, Drag Me to Hell. I wasn't a fan of that one. It was too comedic. I like his style with the comedy, but that one was just a little bit too much for me. Too much, like, too Looney Tunes-esque. But I definitely, it's another thing too. I saw people like talking about Evil Dead 2 and how Evil Dead 2 sucked. I was like, Evil Dead 2 is essentially a bigger budget remake of the first movie. It's essentially what it is. Evil Dead 2 all the way for me. I love Evil Dead 2, but I wasn't, Evil Dead 2 I prefer over the first Evil Dead movie. Again, I think it was a bigger budget remake. I feel like Sam Raimi had the funds to do more of what he wanted to do with it. And again, Drag Me to Hell, I wasn't a big fan of that one either. But it's interesting to see like some of these directors where they came, from, low budget horror. I love Darkman, and it's funny, Liam Neeson, way back in the day. I was it Larry Drake too. I always like Larry Drake. But yeah, it's funny because you always think of all these different directors that they came from some low budget horror, and now some of them are directing Lord of the Rings, and so a lot of people have come a long way, and it's cool to see some of them continue with their roots, and hopefully we'll see some new restorations for some of these films coming up in the future too. So. I've seen a lot of really good New Zealand horror recently, and I'd love to see, Bad Taste, even Meet the Feebles, Dead Alive, get the 4K treatment. I've heard that before that was going to happen, but take it easy, Killer Rodin. Thank you, I appreciate that. Scrolling through, everything is good where I'm at in New York. Where are you at in New York? I used to live in New York. I'm in New Jersey now. Oh, cool. Buckaroo Banzai. Hey, man, how are you? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while or talked to you in a while. Cheers from the US. Right here. Boom. I think Krabby's is bigger, I think, in the UK than it is over here. But I do enjoy Krabby's. This is actually the raspberry one. This is like maybe the first or second time that I've had this one. It's hard to find. What's up, Mid-Level Media? What's going on? Definitely check out Mid-Level Media. He's doing some great videos. I've been waiting 2 years for those 4K releases. Yeah, the Peter Jackson stuff. Exactly. I was talking about Peter Jackson before. Talking about Sam Raimi, Peter Jackson. They're two directors that started with low budget horror and then went on to do bigger budget stuff. And it's cool that some of them still go back to their roots and still appreciate. I've heard Peter Jackson's gonna they're gonna do some of the 4K treatments for his films, but I'll believe it when I see it. Still waiting for that True Lies Blu-ray even. But I heard Cameron wanted to supervise. But I know he's got a busy schedule, but come on, True Lies, you got to go through Stinky Tuna, get yourself a bootleg or, custom, if you will, of that. But I do enjoy my ginger beer. What is some of your guys' alcoholic beverage of choice? Ginger beer, it's low ABV, 4.8, so it could be sessionable. I actually am tempted to do a beer review. I haven't done a beer review in a while. I did a beer review in October, I think, but then before that, it's probably been like a year. Oh yes, Latania, Once Were Warriors is amazing. It's one of my favorite New Zealand films. I talk about it every time I talk about the label Film Movement, because they released the Blu-ray in the US for Once Were Warriors, as well as Quiet Earth. Those are two New Zealand favorites of mine. So it's great to see more appreciation for that movie. Oh my gosh, palpable, especially the climax. Great, family drama dynamics, and also, kind of some social commentary of as well. But I love that movie so much. I feel like it doesn't get talked about enough, especially over here, I guess. But yeah, the 4K release of Kira is pretty fantastic. Well, apparently there was an issue with the 4K. It doesn't have the HDR, and apparently there's going to be a replacement disc program for that. So look forward to that. Look that up. You can find the information online about it. We'll get a 4K transfer True Lies in 2041. I believe it when he's finished with Avatar 5. I completely believe that. Heroic Waffles, what's going on? My buddy Mikey. Back in the day, Mikey likes movies. Heroic Waffles and I, years ago, we did a video together when we went to Blockbuster, when Blockbuster was going out of business. He had family that lives down the street from me, and once this, so a sense of normalcy returns, we're going to make some videos together. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Mike is a cool dude. Definitely check out his channel, Heroic Waffles. Collecting it up like crazy, getting some awesome additions. Really jelly of that basket case set that you've got. Kevin the Collector, what's going on? Merry Christmas from Texas. Where are you from in Texas? I was born in El Paso. Border town that's always in the news for all the worst stuff. Even I was like watching older movies. They just crap all over El Paso. 99 Bananas. Wow. I have not had that since I was probably like 20 years old, maybe 21. Oh, wow. That is a flashback and a half. Wowzers. I didn't know they still made that. But yeah, I remember back in the day like drinking like Goldschlager, Avalanche, 99 Bananas, before I was old enough to legally drink. And Mad Dog, MD 2020, aka Liquid Crack, Night Train, all that stuff. Some of that stuff, it's too sweet for me now, though. The peppermint one too. Wowzers. Wow, I haven't seen the new Stand one. I like the original Stand miniseries, but I haven't seen the new one yet. How is it? Let me know. Latania says he just got done watching Requiem for a Dream, and for me, that is a life-changing movie. There's a very short list of what I would consider life-changing movies. John Carpenter's The Thing, Donnie Darko, Requiem for a Dream, Memento. Those are just like a few. Fight Club. Fight Club is one of the, and Trainspotting too. Fight Club and Trainspotting are two of the exceptions to the rule of, film adaptations not being as good as the books. You should never compare the two because it's an adaptation. You can't usually put everything that's in the book into an hour and a half, 2-hour movie. But Fight Club from Chuck Palahniuk, and then Irvin Welsh, Trainspotting. The film adaptations for that are actually better than the books. Both are really good books. For me, I consider Chuck Palahniuk to be like an author of my generation. Then all of a sudden there's the Dan Brown big boom with Da Vinci Code. But yeah, those movies, life-changing movies as well for me. But Requiem for a Dream, holy moly. The Jennifer Connelly scene towards the end, if you know what I'm talking about. But then also Jared Leto's arm. Oh man, but I love that movie so much. But yeah, an amazing film, all time, fantastic, classic. Kevin the Collector says the new Stan miniseries starts in the present and ends a flashback. Currently reading the book. That is awesome. I liked some of the casting choices, but some of the other casting choices I was a little bit iffy on. But I try to keep an open mind. The movie that made me really keep an open mind was the Maniac remake. Frodo was cast, and I was like Elijah Wood, and I was like, I don't know how that's gonna work. And then I watched the movie, and that movie for me is like one of my favorite horror remakes now. Probably like number 11 or 10 around there. There's still so many amazing, like The Hills Have Eyes, Alexander Aja one, Cronenberg's The Fly. There's a ton of really good ones. Robbie Phillips, big fan of your videos. Thank you, I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate it. You listen to the way chat horror. Your reviews are. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Robbie from the UK. Thank you, much love. I haven't picked up the, I keep meaning to order the imprint version of Fire in the Sky. Somebody actually told me that it's going to come out here in the US next year. So then I was like debating about it, but I think I still want to get that one just in case it doesn't happen. Fire in the Sky was the movie that creeped me out the most. I watched it when I was like 14. I could not sleep. I was so freaked out. I couldn't watch that movie for like 10 years. Excuse me. And I just watched it for like the first time again a few years ago. And just, alien abduction movies freak me out the most. Like that one and Fourth Kind are the two movies that I think freak me out so much. Movies like Blair Witch Project, I thought were a joke. For me, I never thought that one was scary. I think it's the most overrated movie in horror movie history. That one and Paranormal Activity. Not the biggest fan of found footage movies. There are some really great ones out there. Taking Deborah Logan is one of my favorites. Wreck, another one. But Devil's Pass is one I don't hear a lot of people talk about too. But yeah, for me, the Blair Witch Project, most overrated horror movie in history. I think, it's all about the marketing. But even the marketing, though, if you think about it, you believe there was a real witch living in the woods in Maryland? And if you're over the age of 5, you believe that? I got a bridge to sell you. But yeah, so I was never into the Blair Witch Project. I was never into Paranormal Activity. So those movies never freaked me out. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in demons. Aliens, though, I feel like that is more probable. So I don't know. That just freaked me out. I am with you on Latania on The Conjuring. I don't think The Conjuring is anything new conceptually, but it is one of the best, if not the best, of its ilk. If I'm gonna be honest, like Exorcist and The Conjuring, like for possession exorcism movies, like right there for me. Exorcism freaked me out as a kid. Conjuring, though, I think is amazing. Absolutely modern classic. For me, one of my favorite modern movies that's become one of my all-time favorite movies is Hereditary. That seems to be a very divisive film. You either love it or hate it. But for me, it's not one of the only creepiest movies of recent years, but not only one of the creepiest horror movies of recent years, but one of the creepiest horror movies ever. Love the heck out of that. Oh, I heard about that. The Exorcist remake, Blumhouse. Listen, a lot of people crap on Blumhouse, but I think they've done some good things. Not everything's going to be good, even with A24. Everybody loves to slurp A24. Not everything they do is great. So yeah, I don't know. It doesn't need to be done, but of course it's kind of like inevitable. They remake everything, so. But maybe, if anything, some good things come out of the Exorcism TV series. High Tension. Speaking of, I just saw that. High Tension was amazing. I say this all the time. I love the heck out of High Tension, but I felt like the ending was a cop-out. Marie, are you talking about Hereditary? For me, I thought Hereditary was amazing, like beyond amazing. Midsommar, I was not a fan of. I don't even consider that to be really horror. There's like 2 scenes of horror. I don't know. Wasn't the biggest fan of that one. I consider it as like kind of folk drama. Everybody's comparing it to The Wicker Man. I felt The Wicker Man was more horror than that. But I remember I was so gypped and upset about Midsommar because there's the Fangoria magazine with the one character with like the deformed face. And that's, if you're putting that on the front cover to sell that movie, I watched that movie and I was super bummed because that character's in the movie for like 30 seconds of screen time. I was like, I want my money back. You're going to promote that and that's what you give me, that little amount? I haven't seen the new movie Fat Man. I think it has Mel Gibson, right? I've heard good things. I will definitely be picking it up on a physical media release for sure. Okay, I know where that is in New York, Christopher Harris. All right, very cool. I used to live in Orange County. For me, I definitely prefer Hereditary over The Witch, but I love The Witch as well. The Witch is definitely another one that I feel like is very divisive, but I feel like Hereditary even more so. There seems to be no middle ground for that. Like, there's a lot of movies that I may not be the biggest fan of, but I can appreciate it. So, you know, I gotta take that in consideration. But yeah, for that one, it seems to be, you know, you either love it or hate it. It Follows is like another one that I feel like a lot of people are divided on, but I love the heck out of that one too. I definitely prefer Hereditary over The Witch, but I do enjoy The Witch a lot. Scrolling through, did you ever see VHS 2? Yes, I did. I did like that sequence as well. Safe Haven was the segment that I like absolutely love from the VHS franchise. It's by far the best, but it had the most time to develop. It's like twice as long as the other segments. So I think overall, I like the first VHS as a complete film, but Safe Haven is the best segment of the series, the franchise. But I saw that segment too, the alien one, which was very creepy. I love Paranormal Activity. The first three, I wasn't really a big fan of that. Yeah, Elijah Wood is definitely awesome. There's a meme of him on a scooter smoking a cigarette. I don't know that meme. There's a bazillion memes. It blows my mind. But yeah, Elijah Wood definitely surprised me in the Maniac remake. And it's kind of like the same thing with Daniel Radcliffe. You can't pigeonhole them to certain movies. He's not just Harry Potter. He's amazing as an actor. Really enjoy him. He's done, Horns. He did, of course, Guns Akimbo, which I just mentioned. But he did a movie called Imperium where he plays I don't know if he's in the CIA or some kind of government agency, but he's going undercover as a neo-Nazi. That was a crazier role to see him in. But speaking of neo-Nazis, if you haven't seen The Green Room, that is like one of the most tense films I've ever seen. Just palpable tension in there. Patrick Stewart as a neo-Nazi leader. Love the heck out of that film. Imogen Poots is in there, and then I can't remember the guy who is a younger actor who passed away. I really like him as an actor. Anton Yelchin just popped into my mind. But I really liked him in that one too. He was the lead there. He was in a bunch of different films that I really enjoyed. So it was really sad to a freak accident here. He passed away. But I see there's 28 people in here right now. If you guys could all do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up, I would really appreciate that. It would give the video more exposure, and it would essentially, whenever I do a live stream video, it would people get more notifications about it. So if you guys could give me a thumbs up, a like on this video, I would appreciate it big time. Thank you so much. And Merry Christmas again to everybody, or Happy Holidays if you don't celebrate. I celebrate Christmas. And I got my tree all lit up back there. I figured that would be a festive thumbnail to do and, show you that. I feel like I've shown you a ton of my, my movie collection, my movie room, my office where I have a bunch more movies, but I feel like I haven't really shown you a ton, downstairs. I've done vlogs and stuff like that and house tours over the years, but, there's the Christmas tree. I don't think I've done a video this year showing the Christmas tree. I might do a Saturday night vlog, probably not, maybe not, if not a Saturday night vlog, but a vlog sometime soon. I do like making the Saturday night vlogs. You guys seem to like it. I think that's pretty cool that you guys enjoy kind of like a day of, slice of life, day in the life kind of thing. I'm sorry to hear that, Christopher Harris. I can definitely understand that, the loss of a parent. It's a club that nobody wants to be a part of, but only the people who are a part of it can understand that feeling. My condolences. It's definitely tough. I don't think the original Halloween is overrated, but it's not my favorite slasher movie. It's not my favorite slasher franchise. In fact, I think the sequels outside of part 2 and 3 are pretty terrible. Like it gets progressively worse. 4 and 5 are okay for me, but after that, yikes. But I definitely prefer Rob Zombie's Halloween movies over some of the other sequels, for sure. And a lot of people, aren't with that. But I think if it wasn't for Rob Zombie's movies, the recent one might not have been so violent and graphic. And I actually enjoyed the heck out of it, the one from a couple years ago. So looking forward to the next coming Halloween movies. Yeah, great to see more appreciation for Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. For me, I think that gets so much hate. And I get it. There's no Michael Myers, but initially the idea was it was going to be a new kind of story each one if that one did well. And so that didn't happen. So they brought Michael Myers back. It's all about making the buck. But I love the heck out of it. It's a great Halloween horror movie. So yeah, great to see more appreciation for a Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. 3 from Hell, my least favorite movie from Rob Zombie. I take it back, it's not my least favorite. 31 is my least favorite movie from Rob Zombie. Let me know what your favorite and least favorite Rob Zombie movie is. Leave me those comments down below. Lords of Salem I was absolutely loving that movie. I was thinking it's going to be like one of the best witch movies ever. Felt like a great throwback to 70s horror. And then like the last 20 minutes kind of, I still like that movie a lot, but could have been so much better. 3 from Hell, part of the, that whole trilogy, essentially. House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects. It's hard to capture that same magic, especially without Sid Haig. He passed away, and he was only in one scene briefly. His health was really bad. I think it was a liability issue, insurance and stuff like that. So they kind of snuck him in and just did the one scene. I was lucky enough to meet him a couple times. Super nice guy. He was one of the few people he charged a low amount for his, it was I want to say it was $20 for a signature and a picture. So that was super cool. And he was just so genuine and seemed, really interested in talking to fans. He told me a story about, shooting on Spider Baby, because I brought Spider Baby and Pit Stop for him to sign. So again, super cool. But yeah, for me, it was all about Baby in 3 from Hell. And I'm okay with that. Sherry Moon Zombie, she's stunning. I wasn't mad about seeing her on stage or on screen so much. But yeah, I don't know. It was one of my least favorite Rob Zombie movies. 31's probably my least favorite, and then that one would be after that. And it's definitely, of the trilogy, it's the least good. Are you watching Netflix? I do watch Netflix. I've been actually watching Schitt's Creek. I've just finished season 1, and I can't believe I waited so long. And it was on since 2015, I believe, is when it premiered. It's kind of surprising. That went so quickly. 6 seasons. And I didn't realize it was Eugene Levy and then his son Daniel Levy. And I really like the character of Stevie. I watched a movie with her a few years ago. I think it was called Good Neighbors. But yeah, I like her a lot as an actor. I like her a lot in that role. But I saw a movie called The Call, which I believe was a Korean horror thriller movie. I thought that one was pretty decent. One of the better horror movies of the year for me. Was it His House? Was another one that I thought was decent on Netflix. It's not, I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite movies of the year or anything like that, but I thought it was a decent one worth checking out. Looking forward to the new the Zack Snyder zombie movie, Army of the Dead. That's pretty cool. That's something I would check out. I know a lot of people crap on Zack Snyder, but I'm a fan of what he's done. Even the Dawn of the Dead remake, a lot of people hate on that one. But that's another one that I thought was an amazing remake. I really enjoyed that. The celebrity lookalike shooting game was awesome. I love the elements of humor. I love the cast in there. The zombie baby. There's so many, the great tension in there too. It didn't have the same societal message that Romero's film had back in the day, but still. And let me know, did you guys pick up the new Dawn of the Dead 4K box set from the UK? I've seen a lot of people pick those up. It was expensive. I think it was was it $100? So for the one film, I can understand that. Rob Zombie was a guest character in Twisted Metal 4 as a severed head, and his ending is the music of Dragula. I love that song. I actually really enjoyed Rob Zombie's music. I gotta admit, I really enjoy when you do these live videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I feel like it's just, it's really natural. It's off the top of my head. It's that instant interaction. Devil's Rejects, yeah, I feel like House of Thousand Corpses is my favorite Rob Zombie movie. I think Lords of Salem would be number 2, but yeah, Devil's Rejects obviously a classic as well. I see a lot of people picking Devil's Rejects for their favorite Rob Zombie movie. I can appreciate that for sure. House of Thousand Corpses is another great Halloween horror movie. No, I still have Necromantic 1 and 2 that I'm getting rid of. If you're interested Chill Pilgrim Redux. What's up, homie? How are you? Hey, Sublime, have you gotten your wisdom teeth taken out ever? Random question, but no, I have not. I never got my wisdom teeth taken out. I've never had a cavity, but I do have, a gap. Not Michael Strahan-esque, but it's there. And I feel like a lot of people have gaps, so that's one of the reasons that I didn't get rid of it. Billy Joe Armstrong, I believe, from Green Day, David Letterman, Madonna, a ton of people, way more people than I realized. Hey, Scotty, what's up, man? Bootzilla111, if you're not following him, definitely go follow him. He did an amazing transformation, lost a ton of weight. You look amazing, showing off the guns too. I definitely got to get back into shape. I lost 50 pounds last year and I gained 40 back. I'm going to blame everything going on in the world, but really it's just me liking pizza and ice cream a lot. But yeah, definitely check out his channel. Not only is it inspiring that he, got in such amazing shape, lost a lot of weight, he's doing a lot of the DDP yoga, which is super cool, but his collection is stellar. Super nice guy as well. He's one of the people that I definitely consider a friend on here. Buckaroo Bonsai says the Korean horror stuff on Netflix is super cool. Absolutely. There's a lot of amazing Korean horror out there. I just watched, I talked about The Call, which is a really good one that I feel like nobody has talked about. Not The Call movie with Lin Shaye. I think maybe Tobin Bell might have been in that one too. That's another one that just came out, but there's a Korean movie called The Call on Netflix. But yeah, there's a lot of great stuff out there. Kingdom. Alive, yeah, absolutely. Is it #Alive? Is that what it was? But there's a few different movies with similar titles coming out this year and similar themes too. Like there's a movie called Alone, which is a very similar theme to Alive. Dawn of the Dead remake is great. Awesome to see more love for that. Absolutely, the remake of Night of the Living Dead from Savini, amazing as well. I'm actually getting rid of my DVD of that one because I want to get the Blu-ray for that, for the Savini one. Because I know initially there was issues with the Twilight Time release, with the color, but they re-released it, and the proper one, I think, through maybe Sony. So I definitely want to pick that one up. I actually don't play video games. I haven't played video games in a long time. I think the last video game I played was like NBA Street back in 2002 maybe, 2001, 2002, around there. I was definitely really more into like basketball games, NBA Jam, College Slam, stuff like that. He's on fire, but I also like Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, Street Fighter, stuff like that. I remember going to the arcades, the actual arcades back in the day. That's what we did when we were tweens, early teens. We hung out at the arcades at the mall, and we played all the different video games, Turtles in Time, the X-Men games, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I think there's a movie called Time Killers too, which is another one that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, but I really enjoyed the heck out of that one. But yeah, so I just remember doing that a lot as a kid, and I don't think that's really a thing anymore. I feel like arcades, you just have to go to the Shore over here in Jersey, but a lot of the malls don't really have them anymore. I haven't checked out the rental yet, but I do plan to. I like David Franco a lot, and I think a lot of people saw the name Franco attached, and they thought James Franco, and they're not a big James Franco fan, so they didn't give it a chance, but I like Dave Franco. How's my steelbook collection? I have a lot of steelbooks, but I'm actually not getting into steelbooks quite as much. I feel like I was super into steelbooks, and now I'm not into steelbooks quite as much. But I'll pick them up every now and then if I really like the artwork. Like the new Coming to America one, I thought was a really cool artwork choice from Paramount. I like that design. Let's see. Can you show us the 4K? My 4K collection is in several spots upstairs. So I don't really have them all together right now. I have a big stack on the floor because I want to do an update, and then I got a bunch on the shelves, and then I have some more here and there. Invisible movie isn't the worst movie of the year, but for me, it's in the top 10 worst movies of the year. I was not a fan of all, but a lot of people love that one. I still have the Saw 3 Steelbook with the blood pack and everything like that. I can understand that with The Call. Let me scroll through. Worst movie on Netflix would be Tales from the Hood 2. But have you seen Tales from the Hood 3? Because that's a thing. Dylan Dar, how are you, man? No, you're the best. Scrolling through. I think I caught up with everybody. Maybe I will go upstairs and just show you the collection. I'll turn off the light down here. let me scroll up a little bit more in a second. But you guys, I'll go back upstairs and show the collection. I'm just gonna turn off the tree. Hold on, wait a minute. Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, how I'm going to turn you off. All right, let's turn these lights off. You know, baller on a budget. Let's do it. Whoop whoop. All right, let's rock upstairs and show the collection in the darkness. Let there be light. This is a print right there that I had in my place when I was engaged. I'm no longer engaged, and it's a constant reminder of my failures as a human being. To see this every time I come up the stairs. It's a beautiful print, though. I joke. It's all in jest. I do love that print. It's beautiful, you know, Paris. So, but I just figured I'd show that off. Here's a couple posters that I have when you come upstairs. There's The Shining. It's my favorite print I've ever seen for The Shining. Hopefully that is on frame or in frame. And then 30 Days of Night, which is one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite vampire movies. I was able to get signed up by a few people. And whoop, I gotta turn on the lights in the room. I have a movie on. If you can guess from that shot what movie it is, I would be super shocked. Let's turn on the lights. Turn out this light. Whoop whoop whoop. It's not It's a Wonderful Life, but it has James Stewart in it, so not a bad guess. Ronin KS. Why don't you give your thoughts on the TCM franchise? I'm actually super with you on that, Ronin KS. Bam, some love for you. I do enjoy the heck out of the franchise. I would say I really like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. But I love the beginning. I love the remake. A lot of people hate on the remake, and I love the heck out of that one. I'd have to say the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you know, this might be blasphemous, but it's probably like my fourth favorite film in the franchise. Or, yeah, I'd say so. So here's my office area. Here's a bunch of movies that I'm going to be, you know, getting rid of, downsizing. Here's my bus sets up here, and Criterion's Twilight Time, and then Obstructed from View are TV shows and seasons. And I've got Steelbooks, a lot of Steelbooks, some Arrow titles, Digibooks, and Movie Watch Daily hooked me up with these, you know, Madballs, horror Madballs. Super cool of him to do that. I love the heck out of them. Some posters and helmets and stuff. And then I've got, you know, just piles of movies everywhere. Piles of movies. Here's some 4K titles and stuff in stacks and piles. And I got this bookcase over here. And just all kinds of stuff everywhere. More. I was going to do like a video, and I didn't. But here's the horror Blu-ray collection. I still have more piles in the other room for this. And then some more. And then, you know, box sets and Funko Pops. And then here's the Critters 2 standee. This is for the home video release. There's also a theatrical standee for it, which I don't like that one quite as much. It's the critter holding the 2. I think this is way cooler with the critter ball. So super happy to get this. It was pricey, but worth it. It's funny, this it's super hard to find. I looked up online, and I've only seen 2 of them ever, not including this one. So 3 total with this one go for sale. One went for $600, one went for I think $300 or $350. So it gives you an idea. Again, this is from, you know, the 80s, and to find something like this in good condition, it's hard to find. So I love the heck out of this one. It's an Easter horror movie. Cheese-tastic fun. And then, you know, there's my Killer Clowns from Outer Space poster, which is a bit signed up. And big shout out to Bootzilla111, helping me out with that one. And my John Carpenter The Thing Japanese poster got signed up by a couple people. And A lot of people messaged me letting me know there's going to be a steelbook for this from HMV. Definitely appreciate the lookout for that. And then here is the rest of the collection. I got, piles and stacks everywhere. And then there's another bookcase and some Garbage Pail Kids and stuff over there. I love Garbage Pail Kids. I got a few cavity colors. I got a few T-shirts from this company. I think it was my second purchase from them. But yeah, really like their designs. And then here's some more stacks of movies. And the movie I'm watching is The Shop Around the Corner, which if you've seen You've Got Mail is essentially like a remake of this film, although it's not recognized as a remake. It's not quite the same, but very similar. In fact, I think in the movie You've Got Mail, one of the stores in there was called The Shop Around the Corner. But love the heck out of that one. Here's another holiday one, Holiday Affair with Robert Mitchum and Janet Leigh. Really good one. Some old school one. And then here's more of the collection. Here's some 4K stuff. Let me see if I can turn on another light, actually. But here's just a few. I mean, I've got probably like about double this amount. I got, huge stacks in the other room. So I will do another 4K, like an updated video soon showing my whole collection. Here's some box sets and Blu-rays. I'm hoping this all is in frame because I can't see from this side. But here's some DVDs. There's the Peanuts set. And I do have the Blu-ray set over here somewhere. I don't know where it is now, but it should be over here somewhere. Oh, there it is. On that shelf. I actually won that, the Blu-ray set for the Peanuts collection, holiday collection, at my local state theater in New Brunswick, New Jersey. How cool is this Jaws snow globe? I got that from Fright Crate. And this was a birthday gift. It lights up, the Thing VHS tape. So there we go. There's the collection. Let's see, just scrolling through. Where's your alcohol collection? I'm not a big drinker. So I actually have a few things that I got for the holidays because I know people like to drink on the holidays. But I don't really have a lot. I'm not a Power Rangers fan, so I don't have any Power Ranger stuff. Did you exchange your new damaged steelbooks? I didn't get any new damaged steelbooks. What are your go-to Christmas horror movies? Gremlins, which I'm actually wearing a Gremlins t-shirt right now. That's absolutely a classic one. Silent Night, Deadly Night is another really good one. Krampus, to me, is definitely an absolute modern classic for Christmas horror. But there's a lot of really, I feel like there's a huge wave, especially after Krampus. The remake is the best in the whole franchise. Any 3D physical media? I have some. I'm not always a big fan of the 3D. My friend Joe on here has an amazing 3D Blu-ray collection now. I do enjoy Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. It's been a long time since I've seen it, though. I don't have any Power Rangers stuff. I'm not into Power Rangers. Thoughts on the Texas Chainsaw? I think I already answered that one. Really good guest, though, Chill Pilgrim. Just from that shot, black and white, I guess, it's, Wonderful Life is my favorite Christmas movie. It's my third favorite movie overall, complete. And it's the quintessential Christmas movie. So I can get, it's a black and white movie. It's Christmas time. I could see you putting that together. And I was thinking, oh, that's, it's definitely not Jimmy Stewart, but Jimmy Stewart's in it. So it's The Shop Around the Corner is what I'm watching right now. How's your antioxidant drink? The ginger here? It's good. It's tasty. Thanks for the heads up on the call. It has the same lead actress as Live. Oh, I did not know that. But yeah, the one actress is amazing in the call. That's my favorite part of the movie. That actress just blew me away. I don't want to give too much away about it. I have issues with that film. Just like explain why the phone works that way. Give me something. I mean, you can't always, but the biggest thing that I loved about that movie was the actress's performance in there was amazing. Do you buy slipcovers from eBay? Sometimes I do, not all the time. Santa Sleigh, Bill Goldberg. Yeah, that's a fun one. I have that one over here somewhere, actually. Here is, maybe it's on this shelf. Silent Night, Deadly Night. There's the 3 disc collection right there. There's a couple different editions of The Thing. Oh yeah, there's Santa's Sleigh right there with Bill Goldberg. That is a cheesy, fun one. My favorite scene for this is the intro. Fran Drescher, James Caan, Chris Kattan, all getting their just desserts. I don't have any Betamax. I don't really have a lot of VHS tapes. I don't understand people, especially on Instagram. There's a lot of people, especially like there's a huge audience for like, I don't know if I would call them like female VHS horror models. You know, it's one of those ones where they take a picture of a VHS tape, but their butt's in the picture. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. But it's just kind of surprising. Like a lot of them don't watch DVD or Blu-ray. I'm just thinking like if you're just watching VHS, you're missing so much of the movie. It's nostalgia factor. I feel like for a lot of those people, they weren't even alive during the video rental store eras. I was. So it's kind of, during that era, I get it. It has nostalgia for me, but the picture quality is trash for most of it, nearly unwatchable. So I don't understand that. It's kind of like a hipstery thing too, I feel like. But what is the hardest 4K slipcover to find? Probably maybe it comes to mind is The Call. Call of the Wild. That's a hard one to get for sure. And apparently The Shallows. But it's funny because I had 2 copies of that 4K slipcover at one point, and I've got one now. I only have a couple laser discs, only because like, I have one for a Japanese version of The Thing, because it's my all-time favorite movie. But yeah, again, I was saying for VHS, I feel like you're missing out on a lot of the movie. Like you're missing, things that you can't pick up on VHS that you can pick up on DVD and Blu-ray. And I just don't understand the appeal of watching it. Like I get the nostalgia factor, but you're just missing out so much of the movie. Like just watching that. I don't know. Picture quality has come so far. Like it's like watching a completely different movie. And like I remember the last time I watched a VHS tape, and then I watched like a DVD of it, and it was like night and day. You're literally missing parts of the movie watching VHS. So I don't understand it. And there's a huge love and big VHS collector fandom on Instagram, and that's cool. That's awesome. It's just why limit to just that though? Like and then there's a lot of people who won't watch Blu-ray, which blows my mind because you're missing out on so many movies, and so many great, amazing movies too in the past 10 years, 20 years. Buckaroo Banzai, 101 Films from the UK, is bringing out the 1982 Cameron Mitchell B movie, Raw Force. I don't think I've seen that one, actually. What's your most expensive physical media that you paid? That's a good question. I feel like, I'll tell you the most expensive DVD I think I ever bought. Actually, 2 different ones. There is a Japanese heat box edition right here for Suspiria and Deep Red. This was, I want to say I paid like $120 for this, but I've only seen and it goes for way more. But it won't show up now because it's too cold. But all this black area, if you put your hand on it for a little bit, it will reveal a picture underneath. But yeah, it's a heat box edition. It's super cool. In the summertime, you can easily see the picture underneath when you press your hand on there, but now you can't really. You can kind of see a little bit right there, but so that one was a really cool edition. I've only seen, again, like I think maybe 1 or 2 other people have that edition. Super rare. This is a really rare VHS edition. Now my little Freddy Krueger won't stand up right. Womp womp. But yeah, this Halloween Snow Globe VHS set, which I've seen this actually sell for over $300, which blows my mind. But I would say a couple other ones, like the Wonder Years Holiday Edition DVD, which back in the day was like one of the most expensive things that I bought because it's my all-time favorite TV show, and at the time you couldn't. That was the only release for it. Now I have the complete series, but there you go. The only legit release for this at the time, and I can't remember what I paid for. This is probably like 10 years ago I bought that. I might have paid like $50 for it, something like that. I don't know. I try not to spend too much on single releases. I try to budget buy. I used to do a lot of blind buys. I don't do as many blind buys now. I need Raw Force in my life. I'll have to check that out for sure. Do you have a lot of unopened physical media? No. I see a lot of people in there, they have collections of stuff they never open. I don't really understand that. I want to watch the movies. If it's not a movie I can't see myself rewatching again, I'm not going to have it in my collection. I don't have stuff just to have it. Yeah, I want to watch it. I want to appreciate it. It's the same thing. Like, I don't collect action figures really. I have a few Funko Pops, but I like to display them. I like to have them outside the box. Ben Grimm. I have a bunch of old cartoon seasons on DVD that go for a bunch. Skeleton Wars. I've never heard of that. Beverly Hills Teens. Never heard of that. Do you double? Yes, I double dip on my favorite movies like John Carpenter's The Thing. I probably have like 15 different editions. I probably have like 10 different editions of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I was actually debating about keeping my old bootleg of Blood Diner because I have the Blu-ray and then I have a Digipack DVD edition. Scrolling through. One thing I don't like about 4K, sometimes it looks too smooth or waxy. I can understand that, but I feel like older movies, you still get the grain, but it still looks cleaner and more detailed. I feel like a lot of the older movies can benefit more from the 4K treatment than newer ones. What's the type of movie theater and TV? I don't have a movie theater. It's funny, I just had a talk with my neighbor today about movie theaters. I don't feel like this year killed movie theaters like a lot of people do. I feel like it was the nail in the coffin, though. Movie theaters have been dying for like a decade at least, if not longer. The desperation attempts of putting in, dinner and putting in alcohol, which I think are not good ideas. I don't want to have people drunk. There are people already loud and annoying and obnoxious when you're in the movie theaters as it is. You add alcohol in, it's fueling the fire. The same thing with, people eating dinners. It's good enough or bad enough that we have popcorn and gumdrops on the floor. Now we got chicken wings on the floor. I don't want to be stepping on that. I don't want people munching and chewing and chomping while I'm trying to watch this movie I'm paying, money for. Are you hyped? But again, that's just me. I used to go see every movie that came out in the movie theater, and it's just not the same anymore. I feel like it's more so people that ruin movie theaters, the experience. People bringing in babies to go see Annabelle, these R-rated movies. If it's something like Frozen, it's kind of expected to see, babies in there, babies crying, but not for R-rated movies. You got to leave those kids at home. Don't ruin the experience for everybody else, too, if you can't get a babysitter. Suck it up, And then, people's cell phones going on, people talking. I don't know. A lot of times people have better home theater setups as well. So, are you hyped for Wonder Woman 84 HBO Max? I don't have HBO Max, but I'm going to hang out with my neighbor probably on Saturday and watch it. Are you upgrading your Blu-rays to 4Ks? For some of them, I am, for sure. Hey, I can't read what your username is. Scrolling through. But yeah, so that's, I just wanted to hop on here real quick. I'm actually going to get ready to finish this movie, but I've been over here for over an hour, which that's the thing. I love these live stream videos, but it feels like 5 minutes and it's been over an hour. But I really appreciate you guys watching. If you guys could give this video a thumbs up, a like, I will do more of these videos coming up soon. Again, I like the instant interaction, how easily accessible it is to do on my cell phone. So expect more live videos coming up soon. Thank you guys for tuning in, and Merry Christmas. Let me know down below what you're watching today, what you're doing today, and I hope you guys, have a fun time with family, friends. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that good stuff. I wish you guys the best, and let's hope that 2021 is a better year for everybody. Take care. Have a good night.